Well, here I am again. I'm gonna keep making these every time I get the urge to make one. So here's another one. um, and I'm gonna quit harping on your choice, you choose, blah 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 blah. If you want to know anything about what I say, watch pretty much of my previous videos in this series. The whole quantum thinking with question marks. I wasn't so sure what to call it, so I came up with quantum thinking and made it a question to you. I don't know. Tell me. Tell me what you think I should call this series. Anybody. I don't care. um, so, into me, I receive all that I accept into my life. And this is true with all other human beings. We all receive into us what we allow. It's really as simple as that. But anyways, back to me, because I want to talk about me for a minute. uh, I receive, Doug Hill receives all that he allows into his life. And what I allow into my life, what Doug, me as a human being, allows into my life is love. Okay? It's just love. Yes, I am fully aware of all the other stuff that's going on out there in the world. And I do not have to read, doom scroll, look up, click on, listen to, absorb in any way, shape, or form. Any of that. I know what's going on. I don't have to go do visual, contextual, audio research. I use my mind, I use my heart, I use my body, I use my soul, I use energy, I use whatever's around me available to just know these things without even having to look it up. Okay? So that's where that journey started. And it's led me down multitude of rabbit holes. One of which is this right here, where I'm saying, whatever I allow, whatever Doug Hill, all right? So if you go with the me, myself, and I thing, right? So there's me, which is Doug Hill speaking, that's who you hear. And then there's I, which sometimes can speak through me, but there's no real need for a tone change or whatever. You just speak using the same voice. Some people do it to give a differentiation between the higher self, aka I, versus me, which would be the name of the skin sack, the meat sack that walks around, does whatever here on the planet called Earth. But anyways, so into me, I allow love. That's it. Uh, I'm aware of what's going out there. I even have my own emotions, but that's within me, right? So I allow my own emotions. Cripes, you have to allow your own emotions. You got to figure out who the hell you are. So you allow your inner emotions, feelings, and all that other gushy stuff. Allow it all because it comes from within, even anger and whatnot, rage, passion. I don't know. Hate, I guess. I don't know. Just the thing is, allow it and then uh, jump back into it. Understand it or let it go. Letting go is huge. You may not even have to understand it, but letting go is the first part. If, as an example, as a human being, any human being, something stings you on the back of the neck, do you first get a mirror or look for something reflective to make a visual observation of what it is that's stinging you so bad? Or you just take your hand and rip it off of there, knock it off there, chase it away, whatever, or kill it. Just squish it dead, whatever the hell it is right there on your neck. Just kill it, whatever it is. Make it stop stinging, right? Well, such is your life. Your life is just like that. What you You're, I already know I used this in a video once before, but what you construct is of the materials you have available, period. Like if I want to build a wood shack and all I have is a bunch of sheet metal, I'm going to have to build a metal shed. Pretty simple. That's life. There's life. There's the secret meaning to life. I told you it right there. Now you know. It what you build is what you choose as your construction materials. You know, what you what you build, you have to build from something, right? I mean, I suppose in a teaching, you can build from nothing. I understand that. I understand that too. But when there is absolutely nothing, there's nothing. What do you build from nothing? I don't know. But I understand the teaching. I get it. I get it. It's the misleading kind of teaching of manifesting, creating from nothing. So, but that's a huge rabbit hole in itself, right there. But anyways, getting back to the subject. Um, so I allow in love, and here's the key part. Not only is it beneficial to myself, yes, it is. I love where I'm at. I love making these audio messages, and I'll probably edit this and add some text or something. Maybe not, I don't know. But just making these audio messages, I love doing this, and I send it all that is, all that it will be, all that's seen, all that's unseen, all that's known, and all that's unknown. I mean, in short, just all. Even the duality. I mean, all of it, all of it, all of it. Let it learn from me. That's fine. I only take in love and then everything that hits me. So there's the seven chakras of the body. All right, believe it or not, whatever. There's some interesting, very provable things that occur there and at that level, but they're within. They're within. I understand the 12 chakras and all that jazz and the other paths and this, that, and the other. I understand that. But the ones that are within. So what you allow within your body is what reflects from you sevenfold. And even that is mentioned in the Holy Bible. It's also mentioned in other various forms, teachings, and religions or beliefs. And there's even physical, there's geographical, there's a bunch of things that align with seven, right? So the seven internal chakras, it's a link. So it links you to a bunch of stuff like directly, instantaneously. There's no modem, there's no dial up, there's no cable internet, fiber optics, whatever you pick. That's so slow. Speed of light, that's cute. Humans think that's so fast. You know how slow that is? You know how hard it is to go slow as the speed of light when you're talking true energetically, when you're connected with all, when you understand, or at least accept, you understand. You, I don't know. I'm not on that topic. Anyways, what you allow in reflects out of you sevenfold, and it is also what you build. So if you're watching something and it gets you all upset and angry, hurt, or whatever, you know what I mean? Think of why and how it changes your life. You know what I mean? Does that what you're eating, what you're inputting, what you're taking in, what you're downloading, uh, if it stirs emotion in you, what emotion is it? And what emotion makes you happy? You know what I mean? It's really your choice. And trust me, folks, or whoever, however you want to term this, me to you, whoever's listening, uh, I do know what's going on out there, and I know of much worse that's happened. I've seen it with my own eyeballs in person, not something I heard about, right? I have seen much worse than what's going on out there. I mean, I get it. There's extremes to every level, but trust me when I say I've seen it. I've seen it, I've seen it. I've seen enough. I mean, there's a thing. Here's a rabbit hole for you. Look up the four horses. They are how one reacts to um, experience, right? Not the four horsemen. It's the maybe I'll do a thing on that, but I want to be the first one. I want to be the first horse, one horse, the first horse, and just learn from the shadow of seeing the whip. You know what I mean? The second horse is like it has to get stung, and then or hear the crack or something like that. Then the third horse feels it deeply or something. And then the fourth horse is like flesh wounds down to the bone, just not learning. You know what I mean? This is happening to you. You feel it. It's burning. It's stinging. Now it's making you bleed. Now it's into your flesh. Now it's into your bone. The pain has to be excruciating, right? And yet, by choice, you can live your life that way. Rumor has it some dude did, but it really is just is it a rumor? Is it a teaching? Is it knowledge? Is it shared? Is it understood? Can it be interpreted? Yeah. Yeah, I'll answer that one for you. It can be interpreted many, 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 many ways. And the more ways that one person knows, the more comparison they have. Um, and you can learn from those that properly teach, because there is a misteaching or a false teaching, actually. Well, another rabbit hole. Anyways, um, but yeah, and the thing is, if anything ever sparks your interest, look into it, see what it is. Take a moment. We, I know we're smashed for time. I understand that, and some much more smashed than others. I remember when I was doing 70 hours a week and loving it, loved it. I was a busy little person and enjoyed it completely. Anyways, now everything's much slower. I enjoy it. I don't know. An unknown multitude more. Anyways, enough about I and me, but I used me as a reference, not as boasting. Definitely not as boasting. Please, if anybody thought I was boasting prior to this, I hope you made it to this. Here I'm not boasting or, I'm greater. There is a teaching out there that we're all equal. And trust me, my friend, we are. It does not matter. You know, you can have all the pots in the world and not know how to cook. You need a cook in your life. And the cook may know everything about cooking, but know nothing about heat, and on and on and on. Break down how many pieces of your life are needed to just exist. You choose what you allow in each part of that part of you. And like it or not, here's the rule. It reflects from you, becomes part of you, sevenfold. And I guess as much as you allow in is as much as you allow out. So up to sevenfold, you know what I mean? So if you internalize it in three of your chakras, then only four times this must go out because you got the four remaining chakras. So that reflects off of you. You know what I mean? Like light. You ever hear the teaching of light where they say it's not actually the color you see, it's the color that it rejects. And then you see that color, it reflects it back to you. So it absolutely absorbs all colors of the spectrum because all colors of the spectrum reflect at the same time. They're simultaneous. They exist in unity. So what we interpret or what we see is, you know, and this is one of the few times where science is very, 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 very close on it. Very, very close on it. The color spectrum that we can see, yeah, I would say realistically, probably spot on. It does, because there is a science to it and it does make sense. And you can go down that rabbit hole if you want. So, uh, what you allow to get to you remains in you, uh, either seven times as strong or zero at all. It doesn't stay within you. You observe it, you see it, right? So it's something you see. So it exists. You know it exists. What are you going to do with it? You're just going to send it back out. I mean, there is the option of choice, but why couldn't you, with love, give it a little, I don't know, pat on the head, say, look, I appreciate you, but you're not, go seek your path, go make your choices. But I'm sending you with love. So says me, says me, you can't wipe off love. I can love you. I love all things. And I'm telling you what, folks, there's a whole lot of out there that does not know me that I love. I can love you and not even know who the hell you are. I can know zero about you. And I can look right at my phone right now and say that I love you just the way you are. I do not care what you look like at all visually. You know what I mean? And your past don't matter either. I don't care about your past. Nobody should care about your past. Not even you. You shouldn't care about your past. What the hell's your past got to do with today? Nothing. What happened with your past is you made a choice and then, you know, there you are. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. This is probably a long one. I have no idea. Wow. Just over 16 minutes. All right. I love you. I don't know. As the day of this recording, there's like some nice blue skies and some cotton candy like clouds up in the sky. It's lovely. I'm inside because it's cold. Anyways, love in purest form to you now and forevermore. Forevermore.